Are you okay now? Okay, all right, good. Okay, all right, I'll see you here in just a second.
Paano manalo? Patay ang music. Go aqua. Bakit ang music? Sa inyo?
Ted, are you there?
Okay, you see me now?
Okay, I'm gonna mute everyone for now. Let me just introduce everyone here, and let me mute everyone. Ted, if you can unmute yourself, then that way it's just us.
You got it, Richard.
Let me check something real fast here, and okay, all right. So I have locked the conference call now. So okay. So a lot of you have been wondering, what is going on? Why is the delay in the launching and so forth? And hopefully our meeting today will help clarify some of the issues. And I understand that, a lot of us are concerned that, because of the delay in the launch, a lot of us are concerned that, is the company going forward? That's some of the things that I see, in some of the chat lines. And, just to clear that right up front, okay, we are definitely moving forward. We are definitely, this is a technology that we believe will change, okay, the Philippines. So, but, the issue that we're having in this initial stage is integration. And, one of the things that we've been running into all this time has been, just banking integration and so forth. And as a result of this, okay, it's been, multiple delays that we've been running into. And as a result, what we want to share with you guys today is just, things that have taken place over the last, month or so, just mainly due to, the delays and issues that we have. And, there's essentially a plan B, that is incorporated into this. And so, Ted will be talking, about that. But maybe before we, get to all that, there's questions that was presented to me, and I just briefly handed that over, the questions to Ted, so he kind of have an idea the questions that some of our leaders here are having. And so, with that said, I think, let's just kind of open that up, and let's start off with some of those questions, Ted, and then after that, hopefully it will address most of the concerns, and then we'll go over other questions that will come after. But these are the important questions we want to address.
Okay, sounds good. I'm just looking at these questions now. Excuse me, everybody. I got sick on the plane on the way back, so my voice is kind of gone. Okay, you hear me?
Yes, I'm going to remute everyone again, and then make sure you unmute yourself. Okay, go ahead, Ted.
Okay, cool. Well, good evening, everybody. Good morning here. Good evening there. Let's see who we have here. Is it just three, Richard? Oh, no, there's Ricky. Got it. Okay, I see they're on the list.
Yes.
Okay, so anyhow, so a couple of you received the Wi-Fi app yesterday as a preliminary, one step at a time. I guess probably today, the rest of you will receive the app as well. So I don't know where you want to start, Richard. Do you want to just take questions from these guys, or?
No, I think it's let's go off the list of questions that are important to everyone right now. Do you have that in front of you, or you want me to read it?
Let me see. So, questions for, this is about banking?
Yes.
Okay. So is it a separate, I'm not sure what you're asking for on the,
Okay, can you read that question so that way they know which one you're referring to?
well, the question is this a separate website or included in the app? I have no idea what you're asking me.
Okay, question regarding virtual bank. Okay, separate website or okay. So I think what that question is okay. As we, with the virtual banking, you know how without the virtual banking, we would have to go to Western Union to
Okay, gotcha. Absolutely, it's all included. Today, you guys will be given instruction on how to sign up for the service, and embedded in that service, it'll take you right to a buy now button that will process payment, if that's what you're asking, all in the app.
Okay, so everything is all in the app. So what?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So let me give you a quick overview of what will happen. When you go to register now, it will ask you a series of questions: name, address, phone number, email. It will ask you. It will then direct you to payment. It'll send you a series of emails. It'll send you an invoice. It'll send you a receipt. It'll send you an email with your username and password. It'll automatically generate every user username and password, and it'll all happen right in the checkout process.
Okay. So as far as the protocol to enroll with the program, everything is all in that app.
That's correct.
Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, that is a lot simpler than for those who needs the physical meeting. Okay. This is a lot simpler because everything is just all on the app. Okay, that's good. The next question is, what are the ways that the virtual account could be funded? How, once they set this up, what's the process to fund this account, Ted?
It's essentially a charge card. If I can just cut to the chase, Visa, MasterCard, Union Pay, Discover, any major credit card. Is that what you're asking me?
No, so we set up this account, this virtual account. How do we fund that? I think that's the question.
Who, the buyer? The customer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same process as anything else, any other time you buy anything online. It's a card processing there, Richard.
No, but how do they put money in there to pay? Well, for example, let's say that we're setting up the account with Western Union, for example. Let's look at the bank card, and you can work the money through Western Union or so the virtual, once we set up this account, the virtual so the first okay, so for me
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And now we're going to start loading all those SSIDs. You're also going to, we're going to enable the rest of the team here.
Okay.
You'll also get a link to the website where you can buy and go through the steps I outlined earlier with registering and getting the username and password set up. All this happens in a matter of about 30 seconds.
So,
And when you see, and when you go to that site to register yourselves, I'm going to give you a token, by the way, so it doesn't cost you money. So when you get to the checkout point, it won't cost you any money. You will have walked through the process, and you'll know what your customers are going to see. That's
okay.
so.
We're talking about the three codes you sent us, right, Sir Ted? Not for everybody, as in for all
Yeah, because
affiliates. We just
yeah,
want to make it
this is an
clear for
open Zoom,
everyone.
sir. This is an open Zoom, sir. So this is not only the leaders. So
Oh
we
yes, yes,
you're being heard by the public. Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. We're once effectively today, anybody could buy it. Anybody in the world could buy it.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Wow.
so what I wanted to do is, I think it's appropriate to kind of mention this, Ted, that as we're actually integrating our, as far as the virtual banking side, we're actually going to integrate. Are you going to be talking a little bit about M1 or anything like that today?
No, I think we have enough on our plate.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, so I will we'll try to explain that a little bit later, but that's part of the virtual banking side that down the road. Right now, just to get this going, we're going to be using PayPal just to get everyone on board. But down the road, we will have our own virtual banking. So
That's right. That's about 30 days out, probably.
yeah, and And that was, in a way, that's what I was kind of referring to. But I forgot that we're actually starting with PayPal just to get going right now, and then the other part of our program where it could take us global is about a month away, right?
That's right. But this product that we're talking about here, the TV and Wi-Fi is in fact global. So there are no boundaries.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. The next question is, let me see. Are we able to transfer money to our personal account? We already answered that. Will our commission balance as affiliate be reflected inside the virtual account? Okay, so that is something that I will answer, but we're going to take that one last. Okay?
Sure. That's what. Okay.
Yeah, that one, Ted doesn't need to answer that one. I can answer that. So we'll come back to that one. Affiliate program. Since global Wi-Fi, okay. Okay, it says global Wi-Fi, does it mean we can recruit affiliates worldwide? Yeah, our goal with our platform here is to go worldwide with our team, okay? And as you can see, there are many countries out there just very similar to the Philippines who desperately need this kind of technology at rock bottom prices, at affordable, it's an affordability factor. And so, yes, the goal here is we want to take this, you know, to the world on a very short span because, as Bob, as Ted has just mentioned, okay, anyone, once we launch this, anyone around the globe will be able to utilize the service. So this platform is pretty much there, for the moment everything is open up, and yes, we will be going global.
So Richard, a couple on that point. So we made a few changes in the ownership structure of the Wi-Fi, as you know, in the last month or so. And part of that was because of what you just said. When we were, the way we had things set up before, it was limited to Philippines. And so now we have access to the Wi-Fi system globally to enable sales everywhere, inside and outside of the Philippines.
Okay, and then if there's additional explanation after this, I can fill that in. I'm glad you mentioned that, Ed.
So what?
Oh, okay. The next one is regarding the adding additional SSIDs. Okay, are we using a different app? What is the new process?
Yeah, so we're going to distribute everybody a Google Sheets form in the next couple days, and you can start harvesting SSIDs. It's a little bit simpler than the other process in that we're just going to ask you to put the SSID name and password on the form, and then it will automatically download into the system. So that particular SSID will become a hotspot. What we found before was, and I see it firsthand because I personally am going through the 10,000 or so that this team loaded last month, and there's a lot of repeats in there because I think what was happening was it wasn't clear when an SSID was actually getting loaded, and I think people were loading it and loading it and loading it and reloading it and loading it again. So that'll eliminate that issue.
So now, in so doing, are we just submitting the SSID through the Google Sheet? Is that what you're talking about? And then it's the engineers who will be inputting this?
That's right, exactly.
We're gonna do it manually.
So we do not need the CNMS app anymore.
That's correct. You don't need that anymore. You're just going to give me password.
The SSID name and the password
That's right. That's correct.
manually. Just write it down. Just write it
Yes.
down. Okay.
Yes. Just write it down and submit it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
Sir, are we going to stop now the CNMS app?
Yes.
Do we have to stop now? Do we have
Yes.
to stop now?
Yes.
The CNMS app.
Don't use the CNMS app anymore, please.
Okay. Okay. Clear.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Same app. So the other question here is, how are we different from traditional VPNs, VPNs?
So we're not. How are we different? We're different in that we connect. I guess the mesh is really the word we're looking for, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So that is the difference. The ability to connect all the hotspots automatically through the app on your phone. So when you move from location to location, your phone will automatically find the best hotspot for you and stay connected to keep your data use on your phone plan to a minimum.
So as far as okay, so traditional VPNs, they don't connect like that because they don't have the mesh environment uh, in it, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so with this here, we do have that, and that really is what makes this different.
So what we have embedded here is two different systems within one system, Richard. So we have the open, that's the terminology, open system, and that consists of all the hotspots that we're putting in, all the hotspots that this team's adding, including the ones that you see on the map for your leaders that got that yesterday on the heat map. Okay, so that's one piece of it. The second thing that we've done is, and Philippines, actually, our account with the Philippines is the only place in the world where we have negotiated the preferred network, which is the airlines and some of these major players, as an example, that have Wi-Fi that heretofore you could not access without significant monthly amount, like maybe $50 for 5 GB or something like that. We've negotiated that into our price, so all one base price for all of the people of the Philippines to enjoy all the Wi-Fi, regardless of what level it's on.
Yeah, this is significant. Okay, I don't know if everyone understands what you just said, but the big significance here is that I guess that's what you consider the premium networks, right?
That's right.
Okay, so what Ted is saying is that we not only that we have the open networks, but we also, part of our global platform here also includes the premium network that we don't have to pay extra for. And I know what you have to pay extra for, because over the summer, I went to Europe for a couple of weeks, and I ended up spending in 2 weeks, I spent almost $300 just on phone bills. Okay, and my gosh, how wonderful would it be to just have this as part of our service and be able to travel anywhere in the world and still have just our well, right now we're at 350 pesos per month. We're not changing that. And then, of course, if you want global access, it's just an add-on. Isn't that what it is? So it's not that much more.
That's just a couple cents. So, as an example of what Richard just said, when I was coming to Philippines, I was on my Delta flight. Delta uses GoGo Wi-Fi. With the new app, I was able to access let me digress. So to buy Wi-Fi on that plane is $7 an hour or $15, I think, for the whole flight or something like that. So I was able to access that Wi-Fi for free through my app. And so I was able to do two things. I was able to not only access the Wi-Fi on the plane for free with my app, but I was also able to watch my TV. So I watched our TV platform during the whole flight, and it didn't cost me anything.
Wow. That's
Wow.
yeah. And then so now, the premium channels, does that include like a public transportation? Is that one of the trains and so forth?
Yes, you'll find them all in there.
Wow. Okay. That's really that's big. Yeah. I that was one of the things that was very impressive to me was when Bob or Ted texted me, from the airplane saying, "Hey, I'm watching our movies, watching our channels, while they're 30,000 feet of, on the airline, on the plane somewhere, and this is part of, this app that we have." So I'm just excited about being able to take part with this global platform that we have. So that's very good.
Sure. And I can't stress enough, though, the importance of adding the other SSIDs in the residential communities and rural areas so that everybody in the Philippines can connect through the mesh.
Okay. Yes. Now, the last question I see here is the new app available for all devices?
Android platform today, iOS in about 30 days.
Okay, so we're still about a month out on iOS.
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't even looked at that.
But sir, I was able to download it in my iPhone.
Oh, the Wi-Fi app you can. Yes, I thought you meant TV.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I was talking about the Wi-Fi. Are you saying that iOS is actually available with the with our global broadband service?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a big smile on Zen's face. He's got an iPhone.
Yeah.
That will not buy Android phone anymore.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I actually am. I'm gonna up. I'm considering it an upgrade. I got an iPhone right now, but I'm gonna upgrade today. Okay, all right. So these are some of the questions that was forwarded to me before the meeting. So right now, let's open up the forum and let's have anybody with additional questions to just unmute yourself, ask Ted some questions. I know that we're limited to about another 20 minutes here, guys, with Ted, and then after that, I can stay longer, okay? So let's make use of the time that we have with Ted. Questions?
Sir Ted, we're going to use two different apps, right? For the Wi-Fi and for the TV. Am I correct?
That's correct. There's two different apps. So you'll have let me see if I can. So what you see today, Zell, is you see the Wi-Fi as iPass app. We did that for a couple of different reasons. One, we were fielding a lot of questions from your team about credibility issues and things like that. Legal, is it legal? Who is it? Who's behind the scenes? Et cetera, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. So we decided we would launch with iPass app there so that everybody kind of saw what was the engine behind what we're doing. In about 2 weeks to 3 weeks from now, we'll replace that iPass app. It'll have our logo on it.
Okay.
Okay, but it's the same, and it's the same app. It'll just have our name on it. Now, with regards to TV, yes, that's completely different. You're going to have a GTV app. It'll Globalflix. Before we were Fancy Flix, now we're Globalflix with the TV, and yes, that will be a separate app, and it is available today on Android in a month or so on iOS
On the IPTv side.
on the IPTV side. Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. Okay. Other questions?
Hello.
Yes, Ray.
Sir Richard, yes, good evening. Ray here from Cebu.
Good evening.
Regarding the banking, is there any way, aside from credit card and debit, is there any way we can, or is there any platform that we can use for our payment, like through banking? Because most of the local people who here don't have a debit and credit card. Is there any way, like,
Okay,
regarding
well,
that?
so a couple different things there. So we have a virtual I'm going to call merchant processing card not present merchant processing app for the phone, and that will be enabled. We're working with PNB Bank right now to get that enabled. That's why we're using PayPal in the meantime. However, at some point, somebody needs the ability to fund that account, fund that app, and generally speaking, that's going to be with a card. So my best guess is at some point somebody's going to need to acquire a prepaid card to enable their payments.
Yeah. We have Gcash, and we have Gcash, Pay My Card. We have all those in the Philippines. I think it's going to be easy.
Yes,
Going to be a
exactly.
problem. We have a lot of options. We're going to teach you how to do
By the way, yes, and we have the ability to, or will when we finalize everything with PNB Bank, to actually distribute cards. But I think there's lots of options for finding a way to get some sort of a payment structure there.
How about over-the-counter payments, Sir Ted?
We don't have any means to take it over the counter payment.
Not for now.
No.
Good.
Okay. All right. Next.
Next question. Okay, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Regarding the Shore, in their Facebook page, there is a registration form, DA5 triple play registration form, and it's so confusing. So can you please enlighten us what it is about, or is it connected to our?
Okay, so from this point forward, we're not going to use anything to do with the DA5. That was the whole purpose of spinning off the structure that we have now, is because most of the people didn't want to have to go register and go through KYC at a DA5. Number one, they weren't ready for us, and secondly, they were limited on the numbers. So let me just back up a little bit. In that, when we started this whole process, the bank was an asset for us. At least we thought so, because of the ability to issue a card. And you can see that there is still that issue that some people need cards. However, your team, this group, was expanding so fast that the bank couldn't keep up. And so the bank is 6 months away from being able to take the sort of volume that you guys are generating right now. And so they went from being an asset to a liability, because now you could only sell accounts at the same rate that the bank could distribute card accounts, which was very limited. And so that's why we decided to go the PayPal route, so that you could enable, as an example, this group could enable 10,000 customers today without any problem. Versus if we were going the old DA5 route, it would take a month to do that, what we could do in a day.
Yeah, and
Do you
then,
think,
oh, go ahead, Rhea.
do you think, sir, PayPal is a good option? Because I have a bad experience with PayPal. Um,
So
they,
I will,
they, they can freeze your account. They can hold the money.
Yes.
What do you think it is? Do you think they are reliable?
oh, I think they're reliable. I think they're our best option today. But we will, when we get everything finalized with PNB on our virtual payment app structure, we'll remove PayPal from the scene. We
Sir,
just need to do that today for you.
okay, sir. Is it possible that we also integrate cryptocurrency payment like Bitcoin? Because we already have that kind of platform in the Philippines. Most of our members are using coins.ph wallet. We are using Bitcoin a lot in the Philippines. So just asking if you want to add that up. No?
I don't. Bitcoin's on our radar. I just don't know. I don't have an answer for how we would integrate.
Well, I think the
Sir,
time,
we're going to send you a link of the coins.ph that we are using in the Philippines to pay our bills, to pay everything. Like it is quite reliable, and maybe you can take a look at that.
Yeah, sure. We got you. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it will be better. And it's like,
Yeah, they like it. The members actually are suggesting it. They are
yeah,
recommending
PayPal.
PH.
Okay. Sure. Send it to me. If there's a way to do it, we'll make it happen.
yeah, I just wanted to reiterate one thing here that, as far as our PayPal is concerned, okay, it is a transitional product. Okay, our virtual account, once we have everything integrated with PNB Bank, then, we will have our own virtual account, and then that would, allow us to go globally with our payment system. So not to worry, Ria. It is not a permanent structure. It is just to buy us time because we want to get going. We want to be able to offer the service to everyone. We want our group to start to be able to make money, very, very quickly here. And this is part of the reason why, the decision has gone this way is that, the integration is taking longer than expected. And our group no longer want to wait. And so as a result of this whole thing, okay, we came up with a better platform in the process. This global platform, to me, it's amazing, and it will, I think it's a big upgrade, and it's going to add to how our team can grow.
Couldn't have said it better.
Okay.
Exactly right, Richard. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
next question. And no more questions?
Excuse me. Can we accommodate other banks?
Yes, it's not limited. On what? In what
Security
regard?
bank, for example.
What was that?
A security bank, for example, local Philippine bank.
Can we accommodate more banks, more local banks?
When you say accommodate them, how?
Integrate our system with them. Exactly. Exactly. Especially.
It won't need, our system won't need to be, I don't want to say it. Once we have a settlement bank in country, it's all about the currency. It's just about the Philippine peso. So, it won't have, it won't be institutional, it won't be limited to any one institution, if I'm understanding it correctly, the question.
Even on PayPal. Okay.
Did you get that, Richard? I'm not sure I understand. Maybe I didn't understand the question.
Um, 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 I think the question was, can we, uh, in addition to PNB, do we need or can we accommodate additional banks as part of the system? But your answer was it's not necessary based on the fact that we only needed, if I understand your answer correctly, we only needed PNB to be part of the local banking setup that would allow us to go virtual, right?
Yes.
No, they heard.
Okay, so all we need is one bank uh, in the Philippines, and it will allow us to our platform to go virtual. And so I think that, and then as a result of that, the fact that we only need one bank, we can accommodate more, but we really, it's not necessary, right?
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Okay.
We have some other options that are coming your way as well. Trust me. And it might even include over-the-counter payments. I'm not sure yet, but again, as Richard said earlier, we have lots of things in the works. We just enabled the PayPal deal here to get you guys started.
Okay. Right now, I know Ted is being very, very conservative. I know something that you guys don't, and Ted is just being very, very conservative. Okay? And what we have, okay, when we talk about our virtual account, and then the other thing that I mentioned earlier, okay, that thing is one and only in the world. When that thing comes out, okay, when it finally comes out, our virtual banking site is unbelievable. Just know that for now. Okay, everything that you've seen up to this point, okay, our that new setup that we have is going to change the way that you see banking is done, and not only that it will give us the freedom, okay, to do banking activities, okay, but there are other things that is so loaded with that setup that it becomes a business on its own. Um, that really is probably as much as Ted wants me to say right now until until we get past this stage. But it's I have sat down and saw Bob and Ted tested how the functionality of that platform. It is amazing, and so right now we want to get past this stage of getting everyone started. So we'll use PayPal to start, and then hopefully within a month we'll get everything integrated, and you will see that by itself is an opportunity. Not only for us to connect virtually, okay, but it's actually an income opportunity as well that will be packed into it. So just know that at this point, and then we will get into it much deeper when we are close to integrating it.
Copy that.
Okay. Any other questions for Ted?
So what about our commission?
Oh, nice question.
Okay. All right.
Very
So
important question.
yeah. Okay. So I actually will be answering that, and I think Ted. Is there any more questions for Ted?
So I just want to ask if the DA5 registration form, can we ask them to take it down because it's really confusing our affiliates? Do we have that? Can we request them to take it down?
Well, they're not going to take it down because they still have their own customer base that they want to. The bank has their own customer base that they want to court, so they're not going to take it down. This team's just going to have to direct our customers to not utilize that DA5 platform.
Yeah, when we started out, the banks have their own. Well, their customers are banks have their own customers. That's their banking. People that banks with them. Okay, so banks are wanting to really market to their customer base, and then I guess they got some airline people that are customers of the bank that the bank wants to offer that too. Okay, and so I guess that's why they're not taking that down.
Oh, they have their own customers and they're still recruiting us one by one.
Yeah,
Question. Is the DA5 will use our platform or they have their other platform?
they have their own.
The bank.
The DA5.
Oh, DA5.
DA5 is Western Union there.
Yeah.
Yes, they're just DA5.
They have
DA5. Yeah, DA5.
Oh, so okay, so you mean to say, Sir Richard, that this is supposed to be the platform that we are going to use before the KYC?
Yes. Yeah, that was previously, that's what we were going to do. And then we, based on, our evaluation of how our group has grown so quickly, even, just in the beginning, the KYC process is not going to work for our group in the long run because they cannot grow as fast as we can. And then this is why, Bob and Ted has decided that we needed, a more efficient way to go about processing, new orders. And this is why we're going the virtual route and the global route is the fact that, our group haven't seen, I guess we could say, Bob and Ted hasn't seen anything yet. This is only the beginning, and then the KYC process is already having issues getting caught up with our little growth. But now, when we start to move into this next phase, then we go from where we're at to 10 times what we have in a very, very short period of time, and we know that to be we know that's going to be the case. And as a result of that, we have to plan for some contingencies. And that contingency is how do we keep up with that growth? And then going the virtual route, the way that that Bob and Ted is planning to do, is the only way that we'll be able to accommodate our growth.
Yes, when we heard that DA5 locations were going to slowly become enabled to process KYC. As an example, the Western Union DA5 outlets in Cebu might not be ready for another 3, 4, 5, or 6 months.
Wow.
When we heard that, we went, "Oh, we can't do this." We had to come up with a plan B, and that plan B was to enable the PayPal system for now to enable payments so that you guys aren't restricted by the bank.
And then there's another thing too that is really, for me, it's really difficult to have to we're not making excuses. It's just what it is. We've had the first launch. Technically, it was September 15th, and then and that was when we were told that okay, everything will be ready to go. And so, as marketers, what do? We inform everyone that okay, we're going to launch, and then of course that got delayed because integration didn't take place. We went from September 15th to November, and that didn't come to fruition. And then it was December 3, that didn't come to fruition, and now they're saying January 7th. We can no longer. This is one of the things that really, make this thing here to be where it is right now is the fact that we can no longer hold, okay, our marketing team hostage. We got technologies that we want to share, but the banking integration is really causing this whole delay. And so as a result of that, this is where we're at. This new um, virtual platform is essentially going to be replacing, the KYC process.
That's right. So no more KYC, no more need to go to a Western Union outlet. Everything done right online.
Yes.
Sir,
I'm talking about the
The Wi-Fi platform. Are they going
Wi-Fi
to
platform.
use
That's
our
what
Wi-Fi platform?
Oh,
Medyo mahina yung dating mo, Kuya Mon eh.
Kuya
May
Mon.
Oh, may difference ang
what
signal.
about the Wi-Fi platform? Did we answer the wrong question?
Yeah, I didn't get
Kuya Mon is trying to ask if the DA5 is going to use our Wi-Fi platform.
Yeah. And what about IPTv? What about their bundle? Do they have different bundle from us?
No, so they'll have their own. They're going to continue on with what we called Fancy Flicks. By contract, we are still enabling them a certain TV content, and we have to honor that. So we'll continue to do that. This group here was never hired to do sales for them, and so that was becoming a little bit of a problem because. We weren't. There was no money set aside for you guys. Out of our percentage out of the sales from the bank and DA5, I was carving out money for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So now that's all changed in that we have in this structure here we have carved out contractually with ConnectPh. The money for the sales team.
So the delays are blessing in disguise because it's all better now.
Oh, I think it
Okay.
is. Yeah, I think it is.
So it just to make it clear for everyone, DA5 and ConnectPh is totally a different group of sales marketing, and we are selling a different products. Like DA5 are selling local and local Wi-Fi and fancy flicks, while ConnectPh is going to sell a global flex, which is and a global Wi-Fi. Am I correct?
Heck,
Virtual banking.
couldn't have said it any better, Zan. Thank you.
Yep. Nicely said.
Okay. Thank you, sir. It's clear now.
Yes. Part of that, what Ted just said, is that as we progress through this, okay, we here, okay, I just want everyone here to hear, okay, Ted and Bob will be using us exclusively to market this not only in the Philippines, but anywhere we decide to go because this platform is ready to go. And so, for the first time, okay, our group, our team, we can dictate where we want to go. Ted and Bob is ready for us once this thing here launched. And so we have more freedom, more latitude. Uh, for a marketing group to have this kind of essentially involvement from the product issuer, in this case, Bob and Ted, okay, it would be unreal. Okay, so we have that latitude. We have a lot of ability to go anywhere we want as a group, and they will, they'll just follow us in a way. Okay?
And so the beauty of what we have now is, before we had three partners. We had us on the TV side, we had the Wi-Fi side, and we had the bank link. And I think collectively we all saw where that went. It was too many participants, and it just kept delaying and delaying and delaying. It was holding everybody up. Now what we have is we've acquired the global Wi-Fi, and it's our TV. So we have the Wi-Fi license and we own the TV. So now we have nobody else, no middlemen to deal with, no restrictions worldwide. It's just us, and let's just make the best of it.
Yes, and then talk about that. Once we start to launch this, are we allowed to go and utilize social media to grow our group, Ted?
Yes, absolutely. We encourage it. Before the cuffs were on with the bank because of all the restrictions. Once again, they became a liability, not an asset. Now we have no restrictions, and we would encourage more of that social media to help you grow.
Okay, there you have it. That's good.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I saw some questions about commissions.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to answer that. So,
Okay.
so I think if there's no more question for Ted, we're going to let Ted go, and then we will stay on because I need still to answer the commission's question.
Okay.
So let me before I part, just give you an update on what's happening here behind the scenes. Okay, so a few of you got the Wi-Fi app yesterday to sort of get familiar with it.
Yep.
Yes,
Those that I met with while I was in Manila, I showed them the heat map, what you see today versus what you will see when the SSIDs are loaded. I'm personally manually loading all the SSIDs again. The file format was different, and it's a huge undertaking, but I'm about 25% of the way through it. I'll continue to work on it today and over the weekend. Hopefully by Monday I'll have all 10,000 of those hotspots loaded.
wow.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Okay.
nice.
So sort of working behind the scenes as you guys become accustomed to what's happening. So I'm working on that. We're also going to give you the rest of you the iPass to play with for the weekend. Kind of get used to that. Don't be alarmed if you don't see 10,000 more hotspots because they're not in there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I was alarmed this morning. I was like, what's this? It's there.
So those of you that met me in Manila, you saw the difference between my two phones. One had the local SSIDs loaded and one didn't. I think we were looking at Cebu, right?
You have three
Yes,
phones.
sir. Yeah. You actually have 3 phones.
Yeah, exactly. So anyhow, just know that that's coming. I'm working on that. So you guys are going to get the app. The SSIDs are getting loaded. You're also going to get the email address for the TV, and probably by the end of today. I know we worked all night last night. Probably by the end of today, certainly over the weekend, we will have everything will be integrated into one location. So the customer will just simply go to myglobalflix.com and don't go there now.
Not yet now. Not
That
yet now.
was a mistake, sir, Ted.
Yeah, you can go
Okay.
and then say,